So I had something I wanted to talk about in my mind, but I can't remember it. So here's how I'm going to remember it. I'm going to look at the object lessons in front of me. So a tree is tree, true, faithful, faith. A car represents a vessel. A ship, a car ship. So if you unfold tree, you unfold objects, things that are hitting you. Together turn tree, true, faithful, faith. A tree is true. It's upright. It's faithful, full of faith. You know, a lot of stuff I talk about, most people will never grasp it because they're not wanting to admit that they're not their own creation, their own creator, you know. And so they're not looking for a truth. That's what I want to talk about. So I looked for truth my whole life. So I was wanting to know what this place was, how the base, the root. I went to college for math, thinking that math and science would give me the answer. It gives you part of the answer. You know, everything's tied together. Everything gives you pieces of the whole. So math didn't do it. And then I wasn't a word person. I was not a orator or linguistic person or even words. But now, because I've studied the cognates and the etymology for the last 10 years, it's pretty much obvious. Okay, so now remembering the whole context of what I want to talk about. So a lot of people down here, they are not happy. They don't have joy. They're worried about what the world system's doing. Well, the world system's doing what the world system's always done. Nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble with a capital T. Now, everybody who's saved should be happy. If you're saved and you're not happy, or when I say happy, I'm talking about joy, joyous. If you're not happy and you're saved, it's because you're not looking at life right. You're expecting the world to be the church. You're expecting something good out of this place. This is not heaven. See, you have a calling. Actually, your name reveals your calling. And Cain killed Abel because he was mad or bitter or jealous that Abel was happy. He was joyful. Cain was not happy. Cain, why is your countenance fallen? If you do right, you'll be happy. But he didn't want to do right because he wanted to go his own way. He wanted to do his own thing. So that tells you the go green people, the liberals, are not happy deep down. Abel was happy. The only way you're going to be happy is to be right with God. How do you get right with God? Believe on Jesus. Appropriate what Jesus did on the cross, the blood sacrifice. Without the shedding of blood, there's no remission of sin. So the type and shadow of Abel doing a sacrifice to cover his sin, the go green crowd hate. They don't want you using oil. They don't want you eating meat. They don't want you using the earth. They're a go green crowd. They worship Mother Earth. They worship the animals. They worship the food. They worship the machine. They worship Mother Earth. They worship the female deity of Mary, you know, so-called. It's not real. It's fake. Long story short, your name reveals your calling. If you're not happy, you need to ask yourself, What's your role? What is your role down here? And if you need to change your name, change your name. If Cain killed Abel as a type and a shadow, if your name has anything, look at John McCain. Look at, he loved war, right? If your name is Cain, your mom or dad named you, but if you got saved, why would you want to identify with that? If your name has anything to do with evil in it, let's say EVIL is in your name. Why would you keep that name? Why not change it? Sometimes you can add a letter to the end, like a E or something. Still keep the same name, but add the letter E, and it's going to change your role in the scroll. God, and you might say, well, that's crazy. No, Jesus gave his disciples new names. The Bible in Revelation says he's going to give you a new name. The Indians gave people names. A lot of them Muslims changed their name to Muhammad. The chances of this falling off the back of that is high. It's really high. Because I just had somebody run over that last week. Look at him, he's holding it. The chances of that mattress coming off the top is pretty high, statistic-wise, unless he keeps going slow. I was just thinking about it this morning. Trust me, it's bizarre. When the things that you meditate on appear, because I know somebody that just ran over a mattress and tore the car up because a mattress fell off a highway. That's kind of crazy, go down the highway with a mattress on. Anyway, change your name, change your destiny. Go by a different name. If your name has something to do with demon in it, you definitely need to change it. I don't care which part of it, first, second, or third, first, middle, last name. You know, it's part of the. You have a calling. That's why they call you. Call me on the phone. What's your calling? What do they call you? Your name is your calling. In the script. If Jesus followed the scripture was written about him. The foreshadowing was about Jesus. And he followed his script. All the prophecies of the Old Testament that it was about him, he followed. It happened. So you don't think that's true in your life? Are you greater than the Master? Your name is your calling. You might have to change your name. You might have to change your email. You might have to change your identity. If you're identifying with the energy of the flesh, no wonder you have trouble. No wonder you're not happy. There's a lot of people that change their names. I'm not telling you to do anything, but I'm telling you, think about what I'm telling you. Just think about it. Everything down here has a name. The oak trees have a name. Everything is named. Why? Whenever mankind finds something, a new animal, a new species, he names it. And not only do they have like a kinship with other species, they go to the Latin and they use language to name these species. They use another language that you don't even know, the Latin. Like if you study flowers, I mean, they take that to the nth degree. If they put that much energy in naming a plant, don't you think that your name is important? If people put that much energy in naming their trees and plants and shrubbery and bushes and insects, they go to all that trouble to name an insect, don't you think your name is important? Don't you think your name is significant? If you pay attention to words for long enough, you'll start to see what I'm talking about. Look at that. Exact air. Where's the E at? Exact. EX, act. Your actors. Your actors in the 3D script. If you don't think you are. You've been brainwashed by the music and the TV. Everything you do is being recorded. It's an act.